r/AskReddit, with the passing of Stan Lee, and Betty White, who is America's token old person now. Say nothing. This is a trap. Morgan Freeman. Bob Barker. He's 98 years old. Perfect. Christopher Lloyd. Henry Winkler agreed on Twitter to be America's grandpa, since we lost Grandma Betty. Dick Van Dyke. r/killed by Reddit watches this thread in bated breath. Willie Nelson. Dolly Parton. The challenge is that most of the people being listed are living quiet lives out of the public eye. Stan and Betty were pretty active almost right up until their ends. Tony Bennett's still been recording, I think, or at least has up until pretty recently, if he's stopped. Has Mel Brooks been writing or executive producing anything? Same with Norman Lear? Carol Burnett just turned 89 today. Jimmy Carter and James Earl Jones. Mel Brooks. Dolly Parton better not fucking die before I do. Jimmy Carter. Mr. Feeney. Alan Alda. President Carter. Just building houses and whatnot. Carol Burnett. Bob Newhart. Christopher Walken. Danny DeVito. James Earl Jones. Who else could be Luke's father? James Earl Jones. I'm choosing Henry Winkler because he's getting more exposure on social media. Plus actively working, on Barry. October 30th, 1945, 76. Stan Lee and Betty White weren't just token old people. They also had rather wholesome personas and very long careers. But most importantly, they were also still culturally relevant at the time of their passing. So in that regard I'd say Dolly Parton is the solid choice. Jeff Goldblum will also be 70 this year. And Mark Hamill will be 71. Edit, old is subjective. I really don't care if you think 70s is old or not. Clearly I do. I'm not going to debate such a trivial opinion. Feel free to leave your own top comment. Dolly Parton is a living saint. Bob Barker. The Murder, She Wrote lady, Angela Lansbury. Buzz Aldrin. Oh, I hate to say this, but Julie Andrews and Carol Burnett. Mel Brooks, 95 years old. Joe Biden. I'll see myself out. Steve Martin. David Attenborough. Shatner, he's 91. I vote for Dr. Ruth Westheimer. Sex therapist, talk show host, author, professor, Holocaust survivor, and former sniper. She's pretty badass. Willie Nelson. How has no one said Bernie Sanders yet? Clint Eastwood. Lily Tomlin. I can't believe no one has said Angela Lansbury yet. Edit, sorry guys, I misread. But seriously, I would like to see her reach 100 whether or not she is British. James Hong. Dolly Parton, Dick Van Dyke. Larry David. Henry Winkler. Sam Elliott. Dick Van Dyke. Bill Murray. James Hong. He's a 93-year-old Chinese-American actor that's a character actor. He's been acting since 1952 and co-founded East West Players, a theater organization for Asian American actors. Dick Van Dyke is certainly in the club at 96. Sir Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen. Tony Bennett. George Takei. President Joe Biden. Bob Barker is still around somehow. Joe Biden. Oh wait, they need to be conscious, don't they? Scratch Joe. Bob Newhart. He's still alive. Maggie Smith. Barry Manilow. Clint Eastwood. Joe Biden. Clint Eastwood. Julie Andrews. Bob Barker. Dolly Parton, and she's the queen. The perfect person to take the torch from Betty White. Joe Biden. Morgan Freeman. It has been Dick Van Dyke for like 30 years. Clint Eastwood, I guess. That man ages like an oak. Dick Van Dyke. Dolly Parton. Cher. Edit, also Jane Fonda. Gene Hackman. Dolly Parton. Joe Biden. Though he is only 86, Alan Alda. Joe Biden, of course not everybody likes him. Joe Biden. Joe Biden. Joe Biden. Bill Cosby /S. Willie Nelson. Joe. William Shatner. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if you have enjoyed this video and subscribe to never miss an upload.